You have special gifts, and I want to know, are you hoarding them or are you using them? I want you to imagine that your favorite person in the world, whether it's your parent figure, your mother, your father, a grandparent, or maybe your significant other, they go out and they're like, I want to buy the perfect gift for you. They search the whole world, high and low. They know your temperament, they know your personality, they know your vibe, your aura. They're like, I need to get this right package. Maybe they go to other galaxies and go on this whole adventure just to discover, you know what? I can't find the perfect gift. I have to create it. So they make this gift. Maybe it takes them a couple hours, maybe it takes them weeks, maybe it takes them months. They give you this gift. You get this gift and you're so excited. You love it. It's so you. You're like, how did you know me so well? How did you get me this gift? It's amazing. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Maybe they put it in a bag or they wrapped it in a box. Maybe it was a surprise because they know you like surprises. Whatever the case is, say you get this gift and after you say thank you and then you store it in your closet. Months go by, maybe weeks, and you pick it up every once in a while. You look at it every once in a while. You use it every once in a while. You share it. Never, never. You're like, I'm not sharing this gift. This is my gift. Your friend, your mom, whoever this person was that gave you the gift, they come up to you and they're like, hey, why didn't you use the gift? Have you used the gift? I haven't seen you using it. And you're like, oh, I'm just saving it. I'm saving it for the right time. I'm saving it. In your head, you're thinking, not out loud, I'm scared to share it. I'm scared to let somebody else use it. I'm scared to give it. I'm scared just in general. And the person tells you, but I made it for you in mind. I made it so that you could use it and pass it along if needed. I made it for you. It's totally for you. Use it whenever you can at any time possible. And so you go along life and you just never really use it. It gets discarded, hoarded inside of your closet, underneath your bed, in some drawer. So my question is, are you using the gifts that God gave you or are you hoarding them? God gave you these gifts to share, to cherish, to love on yourself, and to be able to be a blessing to others, to be able to help others. And a lot of people, we're scared to do it. We're scared to use them. We're scared to share them. And I'm sharing this story because it's personal to me. And I know I mentioned it in my video last week on survival mode. I had a small section where I mentioned this, but literally when I came to this conclusion, it's changed my whole perspective on when it comes to finances. And you're just like, Alana, you're probably sitting there like, Alana, what does this have to do with money? What does this have to do with your financial mindset, literacy type deal that you have going on here? And I would say everything. It has everything to do with it. Because if we're not sharing in general is coming from a place of scarcity. And God put this on my heart some time ago because I have historically been someone who does not like to share. And I may have mentioned this in other videos in the past, but like when I mean this like disrespectfully. I did not like to share. Like I will buy you your own, but I did not want to share my food with you. I remember years ago, someone asked me, could they have one of my little gyozas, my little pot stickers, Japanese pot stickers? And I was straight up like, no. And he was like, he thought I was joking, right? And I was like, I'm serious. And all my like close friends, because he was a friend too, but closer friends, they were like, oh no, she's serious. And I had no shame. Like I did not want to share my food. Wouldn't mind buying you your own, like I said, but didn't want to share mine. And one day God just kind of like put on my heart. I think I was journaling. It's since I've been in Vegas, I believe it happened. And he was like, you know, not sharing, where does that come from? And I was like, huh. So I started journaling about that. I started journaling, and I don't know if you've heard this quote, but I always say it, and it's said different ways, but how you do some things is how you do all things. And so with me, I had to see how that relates to sharing, how that relates to money, and how that relates to my life. And I'm not going to share every detail because some of that is personal, but it made me realize that I was in survival mode, that I was hoarding, that I was keeping my fist closed because I did not want to share. I remember, I could even recall my little cousin who we grew up almost like siblings. I used to get so upset when she would copy me. Like, I'd be like, why are you copying me? I got upset when anybody copied me, but it would make me so mad when it was people I knew. Because it's like, I don't want you wearing the same thing as me. I don't want you doing the same thing I'm doing. And this is back then, not now, but in general, this is how I was. And now, as an adult, a wiser adult who has journaled and thought about these things, I realized my little cousin just looked up to me. Like, she wanted to be like me. She saw things in me that she was drawn to, that she was magnetized towards. And me, I was doing her a disservice by like calling her out because she was trying to imitate that. She found her own way and she has her own personality now. But when you're little, you're looking for those things to hold on to. And I was preventing her from doing that. I would also do things like, when people come up to you and they're like, oh, where did you get that outfit from? Majority of the time, I knew exactly where I got it from, even if it was thrifted. But I'd be like, oh, I don't remember. I don't recall. Because I didn't want somebody at school wearing the same outfit as me. And now I think about it totally different. It's totally different. I'm cool with sharing those things. I'll share the books. I'll share the resources. I'll share the courses that I took or where I got the quote. I'm not trying to hoard it and hide it for myself. And I'm sharing this part of my story because you may see yourself in this. You may be that person who doesn't want to post on social media because you're scared that somebody's going to copy you. And the truth is, people probably will copy you, but they're never going to be able to do it with your vibe, or they're never going to be able to imitate you, because what you have is what you have. You have the juice, you have the vibe, you have the glow, you have the aura. It is you. They cannot imitate that, period. But do it anyways. I challenge you to do it anyway. Do it afraid. Do it knowing that, some people say all publicity is good publicity. And I actually kind of agree with that in a way, because it still brings it back to you. I've heard the stories of the people who had some bad situation that wasn't really, it was just a mistake. They didn't know any better. They weren't doing it on purpose. And people dragged them or canceled them. And then they made lots of money from it. They were able to change and grow, and they got a whole new arsenal of opportunities. So it's be aware of that. Sometimes, I'm not saying to go do bad things so that you can go viral. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that understanding that you may make mistakes, but a lot of times when you're saying those things that people don't want to hear, or the right people want to hear, the people who don't want to hear it will attack you. But the people who want to hear it, they're so grateful for that. And that's how people end up going viral. It's when you're saying the stuff that goes against the crowd, that the crowd is not choosing to hear or listen to. They're like, why are you speaking like that? Why are you saying that when this is what everybody else is doing? And when you could be that kind of black sheep, that person who is facing the crowd, not just a face in a crowd, it changes everything. And me, I'm just trying to continuously step out in faith and share what I have, because before a long time I would hoard it. I would say, I can't share this on social media because I plan on putting this in a project later. They may not buy it, but that's not true. And I mentioned this before. I'm like, for me, when I see people sharing on YouTube, where I could literally watch all their videos and I learned so much, it makes me more likely to want to buy their book, to buy their audio book, to purchase their course, to buy their journal or whatever, because they're being authentic and they gave. They're not giving every single thing, because obviously you can't give every single thing online, because some of these people aren't prepared to hear it. Some of the stuff I want to say, I know if I said it online, it wouldn't be a positive. How do I put this? The right people would hear it right, but the other people may not. And I'm not going to even put myself in a position to do that. I'll speak on it if I have courses, or if I have one-on-one coaching or something in the future, if that's what God calls me to do, I'll speak on it more. But I understand what needs to be shared and what doesn't. I understand that I need to be myself authentically and show up. And in doing so, that attracts more money. It's speaking, it's telling God, it's telling myself, there's more than enough, if that makes sense. Because if you're going out there and you're hoarding it, you're saying that there is not enough. You don't have enough, because if you don't, if you share this thing, you won't have another idea. And that's not true. You have tons of ideas. I literally have on Trello, I have just a list of things. When I think of something, I just write it down. And I'm like, okay, I have so many ideas for YouTube. It's just how do I create all this? I have ideas for mini films, all kinds of stuff, but I'm like, how do I create this? The problem now isn't so much of the ideas, it's how do I get it all out? How do I edit all this? And obviously I won't be able to. I'll have to find somebody to edit some of the things for me probably, or I need to take an editing class. But the thing is, I have more than enough, and you do too. You have a well, an ocean, a endless galaxy. So much just abundance. There's so much abundance. And if you could apply that to these simple things, you'll start to see them play out in your life when it comes to your money and your finances. There are many of you where you are so in survival mode that you won't even pay yourself first. You don't even realize how important it is, how that is telling yourself, that is telling God, I can handle more. I trust that when I pay God first, I give him what's his, because it's not my own anyways, and then I give myself what's mine, and then I pay the rest of the people, that to me speaks volumes. That's hey, I got it. I got the resources. I got the finances. I got the money. I'm not worried about it. Not spending in a frivolous way where you're just spending on dumb stuff. I'm saying like where you actually have a game plan, that I'm paying myself first. And as a believer, paying and giving back to God what is due to him. Doing those two first, that speaks volumes. And I'm telling you, because I've lived it. I've messed up, definitely fell. I failed backwards and forwards. That's why we're making these videos, for those people who are like me. But it will change your whole life. Don't take what God has blessed you with and not use it. Don't do that. I don't remember who said this. I want to say it was Jim Rohn who talks about this. Somebody was talking about how, like, if you want to see like the most regrets, like a place where there's the pain of, what is it called? The pain of discipline or the pain of regret, go to a nursing home. Not saying all people in nursing homes have regrets, but there's a lot of people who do. There's a lot of people who said, I wish I could have, would have. I had the gift. God gave me the resources. I had the plan. I had the book in mind. I had the course in mind. I had that cure in mind, but I stopped myself because I was scared. I stopped myself because I was worried somebody was going to snatch it from me. I stopped myself because I was concerned that I would go broke. But the truth is, the majority of the people out there who are very wealthy, they have gone broke. They have gone broke, some of them multiple times. And it's funny because middle America, people are so programmed to laugh at that. Like it's failure. But no, it's only failure if you stop. It's only failure if you quit. And so I'm telling you, please share what you have. I don't know what that thing is. It could be the gift of cooking. It could be the gift of writing. Whatever your gift is, whether it's unique to you or you think it's not unique at all, still share it, because nobody can do it like you. There is 8 billion people on this planet or more. And you have to realize there also was more than that before us, and there will be more than that after us. So that is so amazing that you, one individual, has this opportunity and this gift. And I wouldn't put it past God. If he put something on your heart that he wants you to do and then you don't do it, I wouldn't put it past him to give it to someone else. I'm not saying he would. I don't know. I haven't studied deep enough yet in my journey with walking with God. But I wouldn't put it past him. Like, why would I keep it with you if you're not going to use it? If you're not going to be able to help and expand my kingdom and expand your world. God wants to bless us. God doesn't want us to be broke. He wants us to be wealthy, overflowing, abundant, like overflow. And it's said so many times in the Bible. And one day in the future, maybe I'll make a video on that. But like, it's crazy. Like, people make it seem like we're supposed to be over here broke and like frigid. No, he wants us healthy, wealthy, eating good, happy. We're going to be stressed, but less stress-free, Stop hoarding. Start giving. I want to give you another perspective before we close the video. This is also with relationship. Say you're someone who doesn't want to be vulnerable like I used to be. I used to not be vulnerable. I wouldn't cry. My dog passing away is what made me start to cry. Now I will literally boo-hoo cry watching a little YouTube video, a clip of a dog who got saved, or a kitten who's hugging their cat friend, whatever. But like, I'll cry off at stuff like that when I would not cry, like even at a funeral before. And so I'm telling you from experience that I understand this when I say this. If you're someone who you can't even be vulnerable, like you can't even be vulnerable with your spouse or your significant other or your family members because you're scared to share what's on your heart, that's also a problem, because how you do some things is how you do all things. You're that person who is too quiet at work. You have the idea. You know your ideas are better than those other guys. You know your ideas are better than even your boss, but yet you don't say anything because one, you're like, oh, they might steal it from me. Or two, you don't feel like you're smart enough or you're worthy enough. And I'm going to tell you right now, you are smart enough and you are worthy enough because you had the idea. Speak up. I'm going to ask you today to be brave and share anyway. Whether it's your food, whether it's your ideas, whether it's your heart. I'm going to ask you right now to be unafraid, or be afraid and still do it anyways, and willing to share your feelings, even if it's going to break your heart in the end. Have risks. Take risks is what I meant to say. Take risks and go after what you want. Go after what's in your heart. And the worst thing that could happen is that people don't perceive it, or people say no, or people don't want the idea. But do you know what that tells? That gives your body that oomph, like, oh my gosh, I was able to do it. I was able to express myself. I was able to share. I was able to see the benefit in doing this. And it changes. Like for me, even just changing my verbiage from like, oh, that's my milk, or that's my this. Like, oh no, you could have some. Like, I go out my way now to like, oh, I want you to try this. Oh, I want you to share this. Oh, have this. And it may be excessive, but I do it more now because I saw how I was before, and I don't want to be stingy. I don't want to hoard what I have within me. I want to be able to give whatever I have to the best of my ability. Obviously, there's things that you need to keep to yourself and keep private and keep for you. You don't have to give everything to the world. But I'm saying give what is supposed to be given, or what you feel in your heart needs to be given. And that is going to, it's going to change something within you. And I'm hopeful that, you know, soon this year, I'll be able to report back on this. But I've been doing this for some time now. And it really has just given me, like, so many opportunities come my way, just fall on my lap. And I don't want to say that they just fall on my lap because people think that it's easy. People always think, even when you look at these successful people, it's so easy. But you don't see the work behind the doors, behind our eyes, behind our glasses that's going on within my head, where I have to like literally battle myself, my own flesh, how I believe, and turn it into something different, to replace old thoughts and put new ones in there, to reprogram myself to be better. That is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. It takes effort to do that. It takes effort to listen to a podcast or audiobook or a course or read a book versus going to go scroll on YouTube. It takes effort. And so I'm saying this because I'm sharing with you my story. And it's hard for me because for me, it makes me feel like a failure. And I've been sharing this story throughout the last 1, 2, 3 videos, this video and the last 2. The world needs what you have to say. And maybe, honestly, maybe it's not always the world that needs what you have to say. Maybe it's you who needs what you are meant to create. Maybe it's you who needs it. Maybe you need to see that you can. So be brave, post it, say it, share it. I'll see you in my next one. I don't know if it's going to be on money. I'm not sure, but I will be here next week. I will be here next week. So if you like this video, you can check out one of these videos here. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. With all my love, Lana.